Hi and welcome to Libby Presents Ghost News Network. Today is our paranormal discussion, and today we're going to talk about residual hauntings. So, Will, what do you think a residual haunting is? And not to mention, not only are we talking about residual hauntings, but does a residual haunting mean a ghost is around? What do you think?
My opinion of a residual haunting is more often than not, I see it as an event or some kind of action that's just been repeated so many times over and over again that it gets imprinted on that location, or something that was so, what's the word I'm looking for? Traumatic, right. That traumatic or eventful that just an amazing moment in history happened that imprints itself on that location. That energy can do a lot, and it's actually been scientifically proven where some kinds of rock can literally store information.
Different types of porous rocks like quartz and limestone and things like that.
If those things happen near those kinds of locations, where to the point where it could repeat itself. So one of those repetitive things is like somebody that just walks to work on the same path every day, on the same sidewalk, every day at the same time, no matter what. 20 years down the road, when that guy is long gone and not working there anymore, somebody could be sitting on that sidewalk and I could have swore I just heard footsteps, coming from wherever.
Right.
It could be something that simple, but like you said, I don't think that a ghost has to be involved at all.
Right.
And I would actually venture to guess more often than not it's not.
Right. It's just a recording in history.
Right.
Now, what I'm going to say that people seem to think, me and Mike talk about this all the time, is that you can do the same thing every day for 10 years. Like, you live in a house, you do X, Y, and Z in your house for 10, 15 years. You get older, you decide to move. Mm-hmm. Somebody else buys your house. Now the things that you did that recorded are happening in the house, but you're still alive and well living somewhere else. There's nothing to say that you have to be dead and a ghost to not be a part of a residual haunting. You could potentially witness your own residual haunting in your own home. If you've lived there for so long and you've done stuff repeatedly a certain way, and next thing you know, you used to pace back and forth up and down the hallway, and then you get older and you're sitting on the couch and you see yourself walking up and down the hallway. Because it's a recording in time. It's like we're playing a loop on a tape. And me and Mike a few years ago were like, who says you have to be dead to be a residual haunting?
Yeah.
You don't. Theoretically, you don't have to be dead to be a residual haunting.
And that same kind of theory goes along with, kind of ties into renovation theory, not really, but where, let's say you, for some reason, pace in and out of a doorway.
Right.
Like fucking 40 times a day for some reason. And then the next owner buys a house and they decide, okay, I'm just going to put a solid wall right here, close up the doorway, and they start hearing footsteps that seem to end at a wall.
Right.
Like, well, that doesn't make sense, but there used to be a door there.
Funny story, this happened in Gettysburg. There was a location in Gettysburg, it was a shop. And the shop was, the owner would see what, I think it was a nurse that looked like it came out of the wall and walked down the hallway and into another room. And they were like, I don't understand, why am I having this? Well, they went to renovate the house and the store, and they actually took part of that wall down and actually found an old door archway behind it. So that spirit that they saw walking down was actually walking through what used to be its door. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's interesting that is actually a thing, because that even more so verifies that residual hauntings are real. Just like that's not, like, people don't just make these up.
Right.
Like,
some people do.
Oh, a lot of people do. I should rephrase that. There's really no better way to phrase it, though. Some people don't make them up.
Right.
And that's a good example. Like there's no way to know. You tear the wall down and there's a door frame there from 100 years ago.
Right.
That kind of thing that really adds to the volition of this being real, being a thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I always ask that. I'm like, there's nothing that says you have to be ghost or dead to be a residual haunting.
It makes you wonder, like you said, porous rock can maintain
certain types of them. Yeah, they're able to absorb that energy.
It makes you wonder, like people say, if these walls could talk. Like wood is a very porous material as well.
Right.
So, granted, wood doesn't last nearly as long as quartz or limestone does.
Right. Yeah.
But it's potential that wood could hold some kind of energy.
Yeah.
Being that it's such a porous material.
I know with the rocks, they've been able to prove scientifically that certain types of rocks absorb energy.
Right.
Which is what leads to the renovation theory and, not renovation, I'm sorry, residual hauntings and things like that. It's interesting to think, would something like wood be able to absorb that type of energy too?
I mean, if it's solely based on just it being a porous material and literally being able to absorb the energy.
Yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Right. It's interesting. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that that's possible? And what do you think about the residual haunting? Do you think it's ghosts that aren't aware of what's going on and they're just stuck in a loop doing the same thing over and over like some people believe? Do you think that it's just a recording in time that plays like a tape? Do you think it's possible to be alive still but also be part of a residual haunting like I do? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This way you can follow all things Long Island Paranormal Investigators. As well as clicking the bell so you get all notifications so you know when our videos are getting uploaded. They come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So please keep track if you can, and we'll have new stuff 3 days a week. So thank you guys very much for joining us this time. And until next time, take care, guys.